You guys want max damage builds, right? You want to be super competitive on the battlefield. Well, what if I tell you there is a 150 millisecond time to kill automaton class that I'm going to share with you right now? Well, if that sounds good, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and then comment if you like this video afterwards. But I'm going to flash the build on the screen right now, and then we're going to talk about the components and why I think this class is just super deadly and good. And of course, because I am a fair channel, I am also going to tell you the downsides of this weapon when we talk about it, because something this good has to have some balancing, and it does. But let's get to the main components of this class. So the Automaton has a barrel that increases our damage, and we have a mag that increases our damage. So these are going to be the two important things that we're going to need to clip. So for the barrel, we need the Zach FA short, which is a damage barrel, and for the magazine, we need the last mag, which is the 8mm Clouser rifle 50 round. That alone will give you a class that will have 157, I believe, millisecond time to kill. And this is the part, right? So if you put the recoil booster, we increase our time to kill by 5%. So I 100% recommend putting the recoil booster, but I could also see a argument for, well, what if I wanted the silencer or a compensator for recoil control? Because this class setup does have high recoil. Well, I should say, if you're not good at controlling recoil, this probably isn't the build for you. But to be fair, it's all vertical, so I think it's highly controllable. So I would say pop on that recoil booster so you can get that 150 millisecond time to kill. And those are the three main parts for making this high damage build. Now the rest we'll talk about. The optic, that can be whatever you want. I mean, I personally choose a slate reflector, or you could just have the iron sights. It doesn't matter, it's your preference. So for the stock, I really like the Zach skeletal. +4 for the aim walking movement speed, which is huge. It just feels like a classic thing to do with your Call of Duty assault rifle. Being able to aim down sight and then strafe is really good. The aim walking steadiness is a plus, but I don't really care about it. The +1 in initial accuracy and recoil is huge, and that's what I really like. So we're gonna have a lot of vertical recoil here, but this really helps those first few initial shots. Our downside is, of course, sprint to fire speed, which really does suck, but it's not as bad as you think. Overall, at the end of this class build, we're going to have a 287 millisecond sprint to fire speed, and honestly, it's not that bad. For the underbarreled, the hand stop, I just think the hand stop is the best here. I mean, I could see the skeletal for aim down sight speed, since this isn't going to be like the quickest, or the M3 ready grip. It's just really up to your preference. If you feel really confident with your recoil control, then I would choose the M3 ready grip, but here I do the hand stop. The ammo type, I choose FMJ. The rear grip, the stippled grip, my favorite grip, honestly. We have two +1 accuracy and recoil for the initial shots, which is really great. So those first few shots should be deadly accurate, and most of the time they are. So when I go for long shots with this rifle, it doesn't feel out of place. It feels really good. Now after those first few shots, I have to start thinking about the recoil control, but even then it's not that bad, because at the end we have a lot of vertical recoil. And speaking of, to counter that, this gun has tight grip. So for the proficiency, the +1 accuracy and recoil control during sustained fire is really good. So honestly, it's just the best of both worlds. And for the kits, of course, we're gonna do fully loaded. Overall, this build is just super awesome. It's definitely one of my favorites, but hard on the recoil control vertically, that is, especially for long range shootings. But with the attachments that I have here, I feel like you're gonna have a much more consistent time for engaging people long range. Short range, this thing is a monster. Medium range too. It's just that the long range, it does have a little bit of a problem, but there are better builds for the Automaton that just give you more accuracy. But this is the max damage build, right? We want to be destroying people when we see them, and this is the go-to build. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Calvin's out.